Hi guys! In this video, I'll show you how the game Dragon Adventures has changed since its release until now, so be sure to watch if you're a true fan. I would like to immediately thank Ricookie, who has been a tester at Dragon Adventures since the game's release, for providing me with a large number of unique photos and videos about the game's evolution. This is what the tutorial looked like for those who entered the game for the first time. This is a view of a nest with an egg. Agree, the changes are impressive. A view of the Origins world in flight. It was once called the lobby. This is for comparison to the current Origins. I haven't played this game since it first appeared on Roblox, but I'll be honest, I like how everything looks. This is what the egg hatching process looked like. How do you like this animation? This is what the dragon interface looked like. As you can see, it wasn't as advanced as it is now. An exclusive shot of how a baby dragon could be held. It looked very cute. I won't say for sure, but I think you could wear accessories on baby dragons too. To collect fruit from the farm, you had to click on each fruit, but now you can use the dragon's bite or breath to do so. Menu differences. This is what the dragons looked like in your inventory. Now look at how the interface with the dragon stats and its colors has changed over the years. Now look at the old and new portals. Note that access to the new world could once be purchased with coins. Of course, now everything looks more modern, and to access it you need to hatch all the dragons from the previous world to gain access to the new one. Just look at this cool animation of the transition to another world. Now compare the old and modern grassland. A very interesting fact, once upon a time, a dragon could move backwards, sideways, or diagonally. To collect materials or food in worlds, you had to click on it. Now you can use a dragon for this. Mobs could attack not only dragons, but also you. I wonder what happened when the player died. If you know, write about it in the comments. This is exactly what the process of feeding a dragon looked like. This is a former shop. You could even buy eggs here. Later, I'll show you how much the potions cost, and you'll realize that the current price is a steal. Of course, the modern store now looks more attractive and harmonious. An example of how a potion was used on a dragon. After that, the dragon disappeared and had to be equipped again from the inventory. Now compare the old and new jungle. Another interesting part of the video is where you see what Pakiki and Skelter used to look like. Just look at this animation. Next, a comparison of volcano and tundra. Of course, today's Lyronyx would have been shocking at the time. An interesting fact about tundra is that in the early stages, there were two portals here. This is what the boss battle looked like during the first winter event. After winning, you had to collect the rewards. The updated boss rooms that we have now were all added around the same time except for Desert. Desert awaited its revamp to get its own boss. The next world is Ocean. We teleport to the desert. Anyway, the animation was great. In a small window on the screen, you see the modern world of Desert, which we only got exactly a year ago. Before that, the old desert that you see was the only one and unchanged since it was added to the game. The Wasteland world is now the same as it was before. Of course, the fruit and material farm system that I showed you earlier has been changed. This is what the breeding process looked like back then, and below you can see what it looks like now. This is what the central square in Origins looked like, or as it was called, the lobby. These are the same missions as the current Dragonflight missions were in the game. As you can see, the principle was the same, different complexity of missions and different chances for the dragons to successfully complete them. It is true that everything new is just well forgotten old. This is what the title menu looked like. Of course, you could trade with other players. Interestingly, you could view both dragons and other inventory at the same time. To open the fantasy world, you had to complete a certain ritual mission. Next, I will tell you about some more interesting facts that I was able to find. This is the mission room to get into Prehistoric. That's Accessory World. The minigames were a fashion contest and a race. Now you see the first Valentine's Day world in the game. This event, like the first Pharaoh Dragon, was in February 2020. This is a unique photo of the first Vaydreki in the game. This first seasonal dragon was added to the game on October 1st, 2021. This is how you could equip accessories on your dragon. Now you see a very nice animation of Bonf with your dragon. As you can see, the procedure was quite long. Here's what an interesting animation Sorium had. Here are some rare photos from the first Solstice event, which began on August 26, 2022. The first Easter event was on April 6, 2020. During this event, there was a special quest to obtain the Dragon Skyrix. This is what Lyronyx looked like, having just recently received a remodel. Unique photo. As you can see, not only are players gathering with identical dragons in Undercity now, but it was also popular back then. These are the shots from the first Halloween event, which was on October 17, 2020. This picture really impressed me. On the left is the regular Tossner, and on the right is the Ancient. So it turns out that the Ancient Tossner is a return and a slight modification of the old dragon. In the prehistoric world, there was once a Zinthros altar. It required investing special hearts, which could be obtained by fishing in grasslands, grass heart, tundra ice heart, fantasy heart, and wasteland toxic heart. The Zinthros was the only non-breedable world dragon prior to February 2, 2024. The Zinthros is currently the longest flightless dragon. Also, look at how expensive the potions were in the store. Fun fact, back in the old days, you could not dive down with a Venid, instead you would actually go up. Also, Venid could have a base speed of 200 back in the days. The Undercity released September 20, 2021. The Undercity was originally teased as the leisure accessory world. The modern Undercity is the permanent world replacement for the now removed leisure and accessory island worlds. Here is the first photo of the modern origin. Agree, the developers have done a great job, and now we have the game that we all love so much. And if you haven't played it yet, it's time to start. Thank you all for watching. See you soon.